How's everybody doing tonight? Having a good night, hopefully. We've got just one break tonight. It's going to be a half case of Gypsy Queen Baseball. It is the start of a new case. And we do have a little bit of information I'd like to go over before we actually get started breaking. However, for some stupid reason, my Excel is stuck with like the blue spinning circle of death. So it's, there we go. Yeah, I've been watching that spinning circle for the last 90 seconds, and it finally decided to open up our spreadsheet. So yay for that. Let's get started. Feedback. My feedback is completely automated on eBay. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you will instantly get the same in return. And the other thing there is a big thank you. I appreciate you being here with me, bidding, breaking, chatting, and hanging out. So we're going to take a look next at what is coming up in the days ahead. So tomorrow night, Encased Football and Leaf Metal Draft Football, both by the full case. The Leaf Metal Draft has spots sold by the first letter of the last name because those guys obviously the draft hasn't happened yet. And I don't like doing player breaks. I'd just rather do first letter or last name most of the time. On Thursday night, we're going to break the back half of this Gypsy Queen case that we start tonight. On Friday night, we're going to crack into a new case of Donruss Baseball. And as it stands right now, I'm going to take off Saturday and Sunday night again as I did last weekend. And that may change. I might decide to plug something in there on one or the other of those nights on a 3-day auction. But for right now, that's how they're scheduled. So we just have the one break tonight. I expect it should be on the way to you approximately Saturday, keeping in mind if I can get it done sooner, it will go out the door sooner. And if something unexpected happens or I have a relief post office person who doesn't stop to do my pickup or whatever, it could possibly slide to Monday. But as it sits right now, I anticipate it to be Saturday. Everybody should pull cards in this break. All the cards do ship, and there's lots of them. So we should not have to worry about consolation cards. Everybody's going to get a package with cards in it for their team, of course. So this is a 5-box half case break. It is, again, the start of a new case. Usually our even numbers are usually the back of a case. But our first break this year, we actually did some odd lot boxes. So that's why it's kind of flipped around from what it might normally be. And of course, it ended tonight on eBay the same night we are breaking it, which is Tuesday night, the 31st of March. You'll find the team names on one side, the winning bidders across from each team there on the opposite side. And yeah, what else? I think that's all we need to know from the spreadsheet. Because this is the start of a brand new case, what I will do is take all 10 boxes out. I'm going to number them on the end, and we'll use random.org to help us decide which ones we open tonight versus which ones we open a couple of nights from now. You probably noticed right there that your background got a little blurry. I think I'm actually going to even make it a little blurrier still yet. But I don't want you to worry about that because we're going to be able to see our cards up nice and close as a result. So don't sweat the background. You'll see we're all good as soon as we get some cards out to take a look at them. Jason's here. Hi, Jason. You're new to our break room. Well, welcome. It's nice to have you, Jason. And Rich is here looking for some A's. Jason's got the Orioles tonight. Sounds good. We'll try to get some mojo going for you guys. And everybody else, of course, too. But first things first, we are going to get all of these out. As I mentioned, I will number each of them on the end. Random.org will be the determining factor as to what is open tonight versus what will be opened in a couple of nights when we finish up this case. All right, at last. We have them all out of there. Now, where's my Sharpie? Oh, man. All right, hang on one second. I think I left my Sharpie in my office, but I think there might be another one right closer. Let me see. All right, this one may not have a ton of ink in it, but let's see if it will work for right now. Oh yeah, that's gonna be fine. Okay, good. in my little ink pen overflow area there. I forgot I carried that in there this morning working on something and never brought it back to the break table. All right, let's roll over here to good old random.org and let it work its magic for us. Okay, excuse me. So this is easy. Whenever I do random, if I have 9 or fewer items, I do random 3 times. Third time is the determining factor. When we have 10 or more, as we do here, we do random once. So there's our random, and it gives us boxes 7, 4, 10, 5, and 9. So that's 4, 5, 7, 9, and 10 we'll be opening tonight. See if I can remember that. 4, 5, 7, 9, 10. All right. 4, 5, 7, 9, 10. All right, there we go. There's our 5. Let me get the first 5 put back in their case, and we'll be underway. Okay, so Gypsy Queen, if you haven't opened it before, it's got quite a bit of base in it, but it also has a couple of on-card autographs per box. And we have some box loaders as well, which is a separate pack of what is essentially Chrome Gypsy Queen variants. And we'll probably find some short prints and variations and things in here as we go along as well. Now, some variants I will probably notice and catch live as we're going through. Other variants, I may not catch them. But don't worry, even if I don't catch them when we go through, you're of course going to get them because all of the cards do ship. So that's how that works. We'll look at these first. So we've got the Phillies. These are our box toppers, of course, and Aaron Nola with the first box topper Chrome. Our next one out is the Yankees and DJ LeMahieu, and then Thor for the Mets. So there are your 3 box loaders. Now we can get down to business here and see what we can find. So the inserts in here, there are several. There are mini Gypsy Queen minis. There are fortune teller inserts. We can find some numbered ones. We can find black and white ones. There are, of course, short print possibilities in here. You can have missing nameplates, logo swap. Trying to think what else. There are a lot of others as well, but some of the others are a lot more scarce. But the ones I just named off are a little more obvious, the ones you tend to find more often. There are also high number short prints, and I believe they start with 301, and the cards that are numbered higher than 301, even though they are called short prints and technically they are printed in lesser quantities than the rest of the cards, they are, as far as short prints go, fairly common. And in this particular set, they are often of retired players. Not always, but often. So just bear that in mind. Strong Crosby's here. Hi, Strong Crosby. How are you tonight? Red Raider, who did the spreadsheet have as the Marlins? Oh, well, it says Red Raider 3305 has the Marlins. I would assume that that is you, right? Rich, you said a Jesus Luzardo autograph will make your night. I will tell you this, Rich. Jesus Luzardo and all the other Oakland A's have been coming out of Inception in absolutely insane quantities. At least in my breaks, they have been. So if you do not find your Oakland A's autograph in here, I do have more Inception. Mine is currently, I don't have any listed at the moment. We'll break it again towards the first of the week. But find yourself some Inception breaks and you will be overloaded with Oakland A's, I imagine. So Shohei Ohtani, this is one of our little fortune teller minis that I mentioned earlier. There are tarot cards and other inserts too. We'll stop on them as we see them the first time anyway. And let's keep on trucking here. We go through the base at a pretty good little clip. And again, if I catch something, I'm going to point it out as we go. That was Bo Bichette, of course, for the Blue Jays, which, by the way, our Blue Jays team owner apparently has a birthday today. So happy birthday to our Blue Jays team owner, and hoping that the mojo brings you some good luck. But so everything does ship in here. So if I would accidentally slide past something or another, not to worry, you're still going to get it if it belongs to your team. This is an example of one of our tarot card inserts. We'll find lots of them. They're generally not numbered. If we do find one that is numbered, I will let you know. Rich, yeah, Jackie Robinson Day is another possibility. Probably vintage jerseys may be in here too. I mean, there are quite a few that are harder to hit that you can find, but as I mentioned at the top, those are very scarce. It's not even like they come out one per case. They're maybe one every 4, 5, 9, 10 cases. So I was just kind of going over the things that we tend to see on a regular basis in this product. First autograph out is for the Indians, and it is this Savali or Savale? Does anybody know which is the correct way to pronounce it? I don't believe I've ever heard his name pronounced, and I always ask in chat, which way is it pronounced, and nobody ever tells me. So I don't know if nobody else has heard it either, or what the deal is, but I'm not sure which way to say it. Anyway, it's a hit for the Indians, and that's the important part, I believe. Betsy's here. Betsy's, what's happening? You said you've been getting shut out on your bids, but you wanted to stop in and remind us all that you're still around. Well, Betsy, you know you can come hang out anytime you want, whether you're in the break or not. Everybody else can too, of course. But did you see, Betsy, that I got your Donruss listed again? We're breaking it on Friday, I think it is. Pretty sure that's right, because the back half of this case is Thursday. I think we're doing half case of Donruss on Friday. I thought that would make you happy. Oh, so I've missed it all the way around. It's not Savali or Savale, or however I said it before. It's Savali. Okay. I think I was saying Savale, wasn't I? Or Saval. Either way, I didn't have the Y sound on the end of it. Savali. Thank you. Thank you very much, Rich. I owe you one for that. I will probably not remember it, but I'm going to try really hard to. One thing you will learn about me, I butcher a lot of the names. I apologize in advance. I really do. Even names that I do know how they're pronounced, and I've heard them a million times, somehow I just can't get them out of my mouth in the correct form a lot of times. I think that's going to be an SP. And it is number 308, so it's a high number short print. Again, anything we see that is a card number, that the number in the set is 301 or higher, is generally a high number short print, and they are mostly retired guys. So just as an FYI. So we caught that one. We've got a nice little blue parallel here, or indigo. I never know which one they're going to call it. Technically, they're both in this product. So it is numbered to 150 with Luke Weaver. Now, see, to me, I would consider that to be the indigo rather than the straight up blue, but you never know which way Topps looks at it. So Betsy says, you don't know who I know at the manufacturers, but I get the best cases. Oh, it is the luck of the draw, my friend. It is the luck of the draw. We never know what we're going to get. We have good ones, we have bad ones, we have some that are in between, but fortunately, most of the time, we find at least something fun. All right, we've got the Dodgers and Matt Beatty, and this one happens to be numbered 250. So it is the black and white parallel, and that's nice to see. Our second autograph out of box number 1, headed to the Los Angeles Dodgers. So not too shabby to start off with when we managed to get ourselves a black and white in there. The Red Sox and J.D. Martinez. That one is numbered to 250. And by the way, Red Sox and Nationals, you guys probably noticed, were separated from all the rest of the teams by a long ways, like by 30 minutes or so. This is a blank nameplate for the Astros and Alex Bregman. And that's because I didn't realize that the listing didn't post apparently. So I use a listing service, and I usually go back and count them after the fact because occasionally one will error out and I won't realize it. And I guess I did not go back and count these, and thank goodness Gina emailed me yesterday and said, hey, I don't see 2 teams. And so, yeah, Vlad Guerrero Jr. and the Blue Jays with a mini. So when she sent that, I immediately went on and checked and then listed them as one-day listings. But of course, you saw the time of night it was, so they were unfortunately separated a little bit from their brethren. But thank you for finding them and picking them up. So that is a tarot insert for Yordan Alvarez, your hot rookie from the Astros. And I felt him on the back of the pack, so I went ahead and grabbed him. That's Aaron Judge and the Yankees. Rich says, is Donruss more desirable than Gypsy Queen? And Betsy already answered that one. Yeah, it depends. It is in the eye of the beholder, really. They are 2 completely different sets. So the other thing is sometimes you'll get somebody who's a really hot autograph to chase might show up first in Panini and later in Topps. Now, it's not always that way, but sometimes it is. So on the years where Donruss Baseball has, say, a really hot prospect, it might hit Donruss Baseball before it hits Bowman. Because prospects aren't going to be in Topps products. Prospects only come under the Bowman label here, which is owned by Topps, but you don't find them mixed in. Whereas, say, in Donruss Baseball, for example, they are mixed in there together. So you have prospects and you have current players, and you may have retired players. You got the whole gamut in Donruss, whereas Topps, you're going to be looking at your current players, your rookies, your veterans, and that type thing, but not prospects. So it kind of just depends on what you're looking for and that sort of thing, but they both have their place, and they're both fun products. They're just, different. They deliver different things. Josh Bell for the Pirates. We're looking at our box loaders, of course. For the Oakland A's, you've got Matt Chapman. And then the Cubbies. The Cubbies get an indigo. I'm going to go with indigo. Number 299 for Kyle Hendricks. And if that's the one that Topps calls the blue, well, oh well, you got the idea. You can see what it is anyway. So it sounds like Betsy's moving on for tonight. Excellent. Well, thank you for stopping by, Betsy, and letting us know you're still with us. You can hang out longer, I always like you to hang out and chat with me, but I understand if you got stuff to do. So maybe we'll see you for Donruss then. Mountain Drew 27 says, who has the Dodgers? I have no idea. I have no clue. I know I do the spreadsheet, but guys, I don't pay any attention to what I put on there because I am in such a hurry every night to get it done, because I'm listing for future nights, I'm invoicing for the current night, I'm getting those spreadsheets done to use for the break and getting the break set up, and truthfully I am just copying and pasting, and I very, very seldom do I look at or retain who actually has any given team. So I don't know. But I can, if you remind me at the very end of the break, I can put it up there again if you want to take a look at it. So we're going to find one of our autographs really early out of this box, and it's your rookie for the Cubbies, Nico Hornerer. So I was impressed with what little bit I saw of him last year, so I think that's probably a pretty good little hit there if you've got the Cubbies. And Nico's been coming out pretty freely in general, I find, this year. We see him coming out quite often in my experience. So Let's hope he turns out to be as advertised or better, right? Better's always good too. That's if we get to play a baseball season. So we're not even sure yet if we're going to be getting to play a baseball season. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. I don't know. But I think surely to goodness we'll get some sort of season. It might be a shortened one, but I would expect we'll get something. There's a mini Paul DeJong for the Cardinals. The Nationals, Patrick Corbin, Indigo, 150. Well, they can't both be Indigo, right? Because one's to 150 and one's to 250, and I'm calling them both Indigo because they look the same to me. But they can't be. So one of them is technically blue and one of them is technically Indigo. And frankly, the shades are not very different, so I can't tell you which one's which for the most part. Oh, Rich says he likes the way we scroll through the cards. Yeah, well, it was Michael Chavis and the Blue Jays, or in the Boston Red Sox. I got Blue Jays on the brain, and the Red Sox, I mean, for Michael Chavis. Yeah, I mean, we still cut a pretty good path through the base. We don't go super slow. I hope not too slowly for most of you through the base, but we do try to get through it at a pretty good little rate when we've got a lot of base to look at. So hopefully quick enough to keep you satisfied, but not so fast that you're going, hey, wait, what was that? Austin Meadows and the Tampa Bay Rays. That's kind of the general hope, anyway, that we end up somewhere in that little sweet spot. But it's tough on products like this, which are so base heavy, because my instinct is to just absolutely fly through them. So I have to try to remind myself not to go as fast as I would go if I, for instance, was opening it just for me. I would have smoke coming off my fingertips. If I'm opening it just for myself, I'm all about, oh yeah, just give me the good stuff. Give me the good stuff. It's awful, isn't it? I'm so spoiled. I don't enjoy the base the way I used to. I like it later, after the fact. I'm talking about stuff I open for myself, when I want to leisurely look through it. But in the beginning, no, I'm like the owl and the Tootsie Roll Pop in those old commercials from the 70s, when you're supposed to be finding out how many licks it takes to get to the center, and he goes 1, 2, and then bites his way into the center. That is me opening a box of cards that belong to me personally. Yep. So there you go. And most of you are probably not even old enough to remember that. So anyway, that is numbered to 250. It's for the Braves with Mike Soroka. Another name which I think I butcher pretty regularly, but I try. Somehow my poor little brain just doesn't handle name pronunciation very well, unfortunately. Our second autograph is on the horizon, but I felt that mini on the back, so I wanted to grab him. That was Keston Hiura for the Brewers. And here comes our autograph. It's another one for the Dodgers. L.A. winning the break so far, and I love this guy, Gavin Lux. We got a nice look at him in the fall. He looked really good. Ted Williams, this is a high number short print for the Red Sox. Just happened to be sitting there on top, so I figured, why not grab it, right? Why not? Rich, you have a short print Nico auto from a Platinum Bowman box. Oh, very nice. Oh, yeah, that's really nice. I like that kid. I mean, I thought he looked good, so I liked Nico. I love Gavin Lux, though. He looked great in the fall. Really impressed with him. Jason remembers my commercial I'm talking about. Yay, so I'm not the only one. Meanwhile, everybody else is rolling their eyes and calling me names. What's that? Boomer, right? That's the insult one, I think. Yeah. I think that's it. See, they're alone. There you go. That's another reason I should be insulted, because I don't know the insult name. There is a blank nameplate for Tyler Alexander and the Detroit Tigers. But I think it's that. I think it's OK Boomer. OK Boomer. That's what does it. I don't know. I don't really have too many people to insult these days, other than anybody who's here in the house with me, which, considering we don't leave much, is probably not advisable, right? Probably not advisable to be running around insulting people right now. Christian Yelich is facing around the opposite way. Now I know why. It's a logo swap up there in the top left-hand corner. So that's why Mr. Yelich was facing the wrong way for the Brewers, because we had a little Gypsy Queen logo swap. All right, we are busting into box 3 of what will be 5 in total. So I think this is one of the products that Topps announced back at the Industry Summit, which by now seems like years ago, but in reality was only a month and a half or so ago. And they said they were going to come out with some products in a chrome variant. Allen and Ginter is one of them, and I think Gypsy Queen might be the other one. Numbered 250, Max Kepler and the Twins, gold parallel chrome box loader. And then for the Minnesota Twins, it's Willens, and I'm not even going to, I say it wrong every time. I'm not even going to try it. I'm just going to call him Willens. You know who he is. And here comes Reyes, numbered to 150, out for the Cleveland Indians. So I'm assuming, I guess, they're still going to come out with all their planned products, including the chrome variation for Gypsy Queen and Allen and Ginter. At least one would hope that they do. But what I expect is going to happen is we're going to end up, when things start to normalize, with about 1,000 releases a week for a month or two. You guys know how it is at the holidays? Essentially starting from about mid-November right up until New Year's Eve, how they just pump out dozens and dozens and dozens of products. And you might get 3 or 4 new things on one new release day. I think that is what will happen to us when things start to get back to normal, because they've pushed back a lot of release dates, as everybody's probably aware of by now, and they may end up still yet pushing back again, but all those products are going to have to go somewhere, and I think as soon as they get the all clear, they are going to come flying at us like some missiles. I think it's going to be crazy. Hi, In Utero. You got here late and you want to know if this will be uploaded. Yes, I'm going to answer that as yes, and then I will give you a little more info about what that entails in just a second. Bo Bichette, and it's numbered. Yay. You know I like Bo Bichette. So our birthday person gets a Bo Bichette Mini to 250 coming out for the Toronto Blue Jays. Let's go ahead and grab our autograph. And that happens to be for the Red Sox. Aha, a little J.D. Martinez. Nice. Nice, nice. So the upload. Here's what happens, kids. I'll tell you in a minute, because now we've got a blank nameplate for the Orioles and Anthony Santander. So there's 2 versions of this break that will show up. One is a version that YouTube automatically archives. We're just coming up on all the hits, so you're gonna have to hang out for a minute here for the end of that. We keep coming up on all of our hits. This is a black and white Reyes for the Indians, and of course our black and white parallels numbered 250. Our other autograph just popped up as well, and that is Colby Allard for the Texas Rangers. This guy came out a ton when he was a rookie for the Braves, and he still comes out all the time as a Ranger. So I guess he doesn't do anything but sit around and sign stuff. Okay, so the YouTube archive version, that is usually available pretty soon after the break ends. And of course, it is obviously the content that we do live. I will sometime within the next 24 hours upload the same content. The only difference is that I will label what I upload. Jordan Alvarez with a Fortune Teller Mini. In other words, I will put the break date on it. We'll put all the tags and titles and description and all that, but the video content is the same. Usually, the archived version from YouTube is available first. Even when I do upload the same night, it's usually theirs comes up first, but not always. So that's a very long answer to your question, but it's to tell you that there are two versions, and if you see two, that you're not confused thinking, what's going on? It is actually the same break. I don't know, I don't think there is any way really to even have them not archive their own version. I mean, I don't think that's a setting. I think they just do it. So Kyle Seager and the Mariners. We've got ourselves another logo swap there in that upper corner. We swap in the Gypsy and swap out the standard logo. As does happen fairly often in here. Handily facing the wrong way today, though. So that makes it a little easier to find, doesn't it? Have to do a few water breaks. It is allergy season here in the great state of Kentucky. And I swear to you, even as much as I am indoors, pollen just, I don't know what it does. I think I just opened the door to get the mail and pollen just overwhelms me. I have no idea. Anyway, I have to take a lot of allergy medicine this time of the year. Man, it dries me out terribly. So I'm always guzzling water, and I apologize for that. You're probably like, could you wait to do that? Well, I know, but not really. My mouth feels like the Sahara Desert on that allergy medicine. Oh, and Utero, that is your team. And all right. See, yes, we wished you a happy birthday earlier, but you weren't on yet, I guess. Okay. Yes, this is the break that ended tonight on eBay. It is Gypsy Queen. It is our second break of Gypsy Queen. It was the start of a new case. Usually the even numbers are the end of a case, but tonight it was the start of a new case because our very first break happened to be of loose boxes. Because somebody sent me a case and a half, and I did not turn down the half. I took it. Brendan McKay, Fortune Teller Mini. Sometimes I don't take the odd lot stuff. I used to never take the odd lot stuff. Lately I have been, so. Yelich Mini. And then we have one for the Colorado Rockies, number to 150. That is Sam Hilliard. So yeah, I don't know. For the last year or so, I've mostly been taking the odd lots that they send me. That is a Babe Ruth high number short print Yankees. So technically short prints, yes, but they still come out with pretty fair regularity. The high number short prints do. Tarot. I think that's the first time we had seen the Bichette Tarot, anyway, for the Blue Jays. We might have seen it before, but I don't think we did. I think it's the first time for him tonight. So at least we've got you some Bichette inserts anyway. Hopefully we'll find you some other things too. A logo swap that wasn't facing the opposite way this time. It is for the Red Sox and Andrew Benintendi, a little Benny baseball. Oh no, you can ask all the questions you want. That's what I'm here for. You can knock them right out. It does take me a minute to see them sometimes. Well, there's a delay in chat from the time you type it in to the time I see it, but also I kind of, I catch it when I glance over, so I'm mostly looking at the cards and sometimes looking at the screen. Does that make sense? Hopefully you're probably like, no, I have no idea what you're saying. But anyway, fortune teller mini for Robert. Yeah, I just don't have a good place to position the iPad where I can easily see it while looking at the cards. So I have to kind of glance over and catch it and then go back and forth and that sort of thing. Oh, Jason, you've got hit with the allergies too? Yeah, I know. And it doesn't seem like it is worse this spring than last year was. It seems that way to me. It seems as though it started earlier, and it seems like it's worse. Maybe it's not, but that's how it feels. And it probably doesn't help that the weather's bouncing all around. I mean, a couple days ago in the mid to high 70s and like now in the 40s. I was like, wait, what? How are we swinging 30 degrees in the spring? We usually do that in the fall and the winter. But anyway, Gleyber Torres for the Yankees. Our second box loader from this box is Nolan Arenado for the Rockies. And then we get another one for the Dodgers with a numbered Gavin Lux /99. Dodgers are kind of smoking along tonight. Doing pretty well. We've had some really good stuff come out of Gypsy Queen so far. We only have done the 1/2 case of it, but it was a nice half. And we've been pulling Ken Griffey Jr. lately like crazy, so I'm kind of psyched about that too. We pulled him out of a case of Don Russ, I don't know, a week or two back. And that one was numbered to 2. And then we pulled him again last night out of Inception as a 1 of 1. So if Ken Griffey Jr. is on the checklist for Gypsy Queen, it'd be interesting to see if we can pull him out of this too. I think sometimes it seems like players kind of follow me around. I know that sounds stupid, and I don't mean in real life like in a creepy stalkery way, obviously. Talking about in breaks, there for a while, of course he's since passed, but Kobe Bryant, Mike Trout mini fortune teller, was a player that I would go through these stretches where we would just pull Kobe Bryant all the time. And out of some of the most unlikely places, lower end or mid-range products where you don't generally find Kobe Bryant autographs, maybe he's on the checklist, but they make 10 of them or something, and we would pull him out of there. And then we would pull him out of the high number or the higher end stuff, and just we'd go on these little streaks where we would pull a lot of him, or I'd go on a streak where for a while we pulled a lot of Mike Trout, including out of stuff like Heritage High number and things where, again, not as likely to find Mike Trout. And I feel like we're on one of those little stretches right now with Ken Griffey Jr., but I don't know. 2 doesn't really make it a stretch, but if we hit a 3rd, that would definitely be a stretch. Numbered to 150, it is Giolito for the White Sox. So I hope we find him somewhere. If he's on I haven't looked to see if he's on the checklist for Gypsy Queen, but if he is, I hope we find him. Gleyber Torres and a mini. That would be fun because I'm a Reds fan, right? So we don't have much to look forward to in the present day most of the time. So we have a great appreciation for our prior players who had happier, more winning days for us. Of course, most people associate Ken Griffey Jr., rightfully so, with the Mariners, but he did come down to my Reds too. And that is numbered to 250 for the Texas Rangers. So, yeah, I always like pulling Ken Griffey Jr. And it had been a while since we had pulled one of his autographs. We pulled it on a bat, maybe. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. We did pull him on a bat, but that was maybe 2 months ago or so. And then these 2 in the last week. So yeah, maybe we are in a little run of Ken Griffey. Oh yeah, Jason Baker Mayfield. He's another good example. We did pull a ton of Baker Mayfield his rookie year. more so than one would have thought we should have, considering he was the #1 draft pick and the one everybody was chasing. Yeah, we did have a good little run with him. I realize you're talking about you personally right there, but the same thing, yeah, we hit him a lot. And we've had good luck this year with Kyler Murray, so he's come out of a number of things. But I'll tell you what's super weird. We've broken 2 cases of National Treasures football, and out of each case, we've hit a Dwayne Haskins RPA. How about that? One of them, I think, was lower numbered. One of them was higher numbered. But what are the odds of that happening out of 2 straight cases? So, anyway, I do think it's a thing. I do think sometimes you just get on that little roll and players kind of follow you around. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens, I guess, in the days ahead. But if it's going to be somebody sticking to me, I'm glad it's Ken Griffey Jr. You know, I'm wondering how, I guess everybody's probably wondering how this shortened season, that's Dylan Cease for the White Sox, is going to impact some teams. Like, for instance, this is the last year that the Reds have Trevor Bauer. So, say, for instance, the entire season got canceled, Trevor Bauer would instantly be a free agent. And, of course, look at the Dodgers, you know. They picked up Mookie Betts and David Price. They'd be in a similar situation. It's supposed to be a 1-year rental. Might turn out to be a 1-month or a no-month rental. Dang, Dodgers are owning this half case. You have another Matt Beatty, and this one is numbered to 150. The Dodgers have 3 of our autographs already. I mean, that's just crazy. And you have to remember, we randomized which box is in the case we opened even. So that makes it even more unlikely that it would fall the way that it's falling. But hey, listen, if you got the Dodgers, maybe you want to think about playing the lottery tonight. Well, I guess you can't really. Well, I mean, I guess you could, but maybe not. Maybe you shouldn't leave your house to play the lottery. But if you can play it online, maybe you should. A missing nameplate, Savali, ooh, for the Indians. I remembered it that time, didn't I? Yes, indeed. I owe you one for clarifying that. Can't tell you how many times I've asked that and nobody ever typed it in. Now we're talking. What was already a good case has officially become a hot case. How about that, Astros? There is your rookie, Yordan Alvarez. And I wouldn't swear to it, but I think we hit him in the half case of Gypsy Queen, the freestanding half case that we did. I think we hit him in there, too. So maybe he's going to be another guy that we see a lot of. That would make some Astros fans happy if that's the case. So congrats, Houston, on that one. But I gather that was a Senzel mini for the Reds. From what I saw, that players are going to get service time credit if any part of the season is played, or maybe even if they don't. So I do think it's going to leave a lot of teams in a unique position in that you think you've got these guys set for your lineup, and then you're either going to have them a lot less time than you thought, or maybe not at all if the season were to completely fall apart on us. So we are heading into a little last box mojo right now. I would say we're going to try to find the Heat, but we've already found the Heat. Might be more, though, but that Yordan Alvarez was quite nice, and so have all the Dodgers hits been. Austin Meadows and then the Cincinnati Reds have our next box loader with my man Aristides Aquino. And the Houston Astros with George Springer to 99. Yeah, the Astros are probably super glad. Well, they're not glad all this happened, but yet they're probably like, oh, thank goodness the season and all this has happened in between. Because by the time we start playing again, everybody will have forgotten about our trash can banging. And we won't be hassled at every game on the road. That's probably what they're going, yeah. Which is probably anybody that did anything scandalous that was in the news cycle that got pushed out of the news cycle by our current health crisis is probably like going, oh yeah, that's nice to get out of the news cycle. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it shakes out. But they're talking about, I believe the players, didn't the players agree, the Players Association agreed that they would play all the way up into like Thanksgiving, like the end of November. If they could work in X amount of games, they were willing to play the playoffs and whatever all the way into November up to Thanksgiving, I think. So we might have, we might legit have baseball at Thanksgiving. So can you imagine? Baseball, football, basketball. That would be crazy. Crystal, you think I should pull a Tatis? Okay, well, let's try and do that then. Let's find your man. Paul DeYoung, and that is the Players Weekend uniform, I believe, right? Yeah, I think it is. And that, I believe, is pretty high odds. Hang on a minute. I'm going to grab a wrapper. I want to see the odds on this. Well, if I can find one where I haven't ripped the odds in half. Well, I guess it'd be easier just to pick one off the pack, wouldn't it? It'd be easier to get one off the table than to do all that. All right, where are you here? Not black and white, red, da-da-da-da-da, missing nameplate, logo swap, Jackie Robinson Day, no. Players Weekend. Oh, but that's with the logo swap. This is Players Weekend image variation. Okay, so it's one in every 150 packs. So that's not as rare as I thought it was. Okay. I thought it was more rare than that. I got pretty happy there for a minute thinking we had something really super special. It's still cool. Paul DeYoung, Cardinals. It's just not as rare as I thought it was going to be. That's all. But still good to have. Still nice to pull out of there. By the way, were those not the ugliest freaking uniforms for Players Weekend? The solid white and the solid black. I hated those uniforms. I thought they were just hideous. Not that they necessarily designed them to be, I guess, super fashionable, but man, I mean, they were so bland and boring and ugly. Austin Meadows, Fortune Teller Mini, Tampa Bay Rays. I would like them to not do that again. Hey, we got a little black and white parallel for your Oakland A's. That will be numbered to 50 when we flip it over. It is Matt Chapman with the black and white parallel. Well, there is a Tatis. I know it's a base, and you're thinking, no, I wanted an autograph, but at least we saw him go by. That's something. Michael Chavis and the Red Sox with the mini. It might be, I don't know, telling the future of what's to come. It could be. Oh, yeah, Rich says it stinks that about Tatis. If you pull him now, he's not a rookie. That's all right. His autographs still have some good value, and I would for sure want to still pull him, even if he's not still a rookie. Because depending on his career trajectory, if it goes the way everybody thinks it will go, his autographs will hold their value and or increase in value. So I would be okay with getting him now too. And I like seeing veteran autographs out of some products. I get sometimes tired of seeing all rookies. I like a nice mix in there, if possible. And you don't want to have an overwhelming amount of your rookie autographs either, because then that dilutes the marketplace. There's a logo swap for the Seattle Mariners with Austin Nola. And a missing nameplate for the Mets. Wilson Ramos. Yeah, so I guess the good news is by the time they come back and start playing again, Shohei Ohtani will be ready to pitch. And of course, Verlander went ahead and had his groin surgery, and it looks like, I think they said he had what, about a 6-week recovery time, so he'll probably be back up and running by the time things get started again. Now, Chris Sale, on the other hand, I mean, he underwent Tommy John, so he's done for the season anyway. But what I don't know, why didn't the guy do it last season or at the end of last season? So he already had almost a year under his belt instead of waiting till the start of this season. I don't know. He's probably going to say, oh, it wasn't that bad before. But yeah, it kind of was. Well, Dodgers, you officially just absolutely owned all the other teams in this break. This, unbelievably, goes to the Dodgers, too, with Max Muncy. I've never seen a case of Gypsy Queen this weighted to one team. Now, granted, that's only half the case. Who knows what's in the other half? It might be all Dodgers again. I don't know. But that's a crazy amount of Dodgers for one half case. Not the norm in Gypsy Queen to have it super heavily weighted that way, but certainly it is tonight anyway. Segura, Phillies, 250. Now, after we take a look at these last cards here, Keston Hiura for the Brewers, we will come back through and recap a few things. After we recap everything, we will once again put up the spreadsheet that has the shipping information. If you happen to miss that earlier, you're going to have another chance to see when you can expect your item to ship. And we'll also take a look at the scheduled breaks for the days ahead. Kevin Newman is our last autograph. So the Pirates taking home the last one of the night with Kevin Newman. So here's what we're going to recap. We'll do our box loaders. I always do, I think mainly because I like them. But there's not tons of them, so we might as well, right? I mean, it's not like we got a million things to recap, so I think we can handle it, right, guys? I think. Okay. That is numbered to 99 for the Astros, and we've got base chrome box loaders for the Reds and the Tampa Bay Rays. The Dodgers numbered to 99, then base unnumbered for a bit here with the Rockies and the Yankees. The Indians to 150, the Twins, and the Twins numbered to 50, the Cubbies numbered to 99, and then base for the A's, Pirates, Mets, Yankees, and Phillies. Those were all of our chrome box loaders. Some numbered cards that aren't chrome. The Phillies to 250, Rangers to 250, White Sox to 150, the Colorado Rockies to 150, to 250, the Braves, the Nationals to 150, the Diamondbacks to 150, and the Red Sox to 250. Okay, so those are your numbered cards that weren't chrome and don't have autographs or anything attached to them and aren't black and white. The black and whites are in here. So before I go through this, understand there may be others that have logo swap or missing nameplates or high number short prints and things that we didn't catch going through live. As in other words, I didn't see it to call it out and set it out separately. However, if you saw it go by, even if you didn't see it go by, if it's in there, you are going to get it. All cards ship in this break. But these are the ones that we caught live that we're going to recap now. So it is a missing nameplate for the Mets, a logo swap for the Mariners, black and white numbered to 50 for the Oakland A's, Players Weekend, Cardinals, missing nameplate for the Indians, a logo swap for the Red Sox, a high number short print, Yankees, logo swap for the Mariners, black and white numbered to 50, Reyes for the Indians, a missing nameplate, Orioles. We had a fortune teller mini that was numbered tonight, and it happens to be your young rookie Bo Bichette, numbered to 250 there for the Blue Jays. A logo swap, Yelich for the Brewers, missing nameplate for the Tigers. A high number short print, Ted Williams for the Red Sox, missing nameplate, the Astros, and a high number short print for the Pirates with Roberto Clemente. All right, on to the hits. It's almost like we're just going to say Dodger, 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 Dodger. There are a few that aren't, but most of them are. All right, there is Kevin Newman for the Pittsburgh Pirates. For the Dodgers, you've got Max Muncy. Nice little hit here for the Astros with Yordan Alvarez. The Dodgers, number to 150, it's Matt Beatty. Colby Allard for the Texas Rangers. Followed by J.D. Martinez and the Red Sox. Oh, look, it's a Dodger. It's Gavin Lux. Nico, Mr. Hornerer, comes out for the Cubbies. We have a black and white for none other than the Dodgers, numbered to 50, Matt Beatty. And then there is Aaron Savali for the Cleveland Indians. So how many Dodgers was that? Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 Dodgers. That's crazy. 2 Matt Beattys, a Max Muncy, and a Gavin Lux. Wow. I mean, wow. Dodgers got their money's worth. For sure they did. All right, as promised, some spreadsheet information. And somebody wanted to see the team info again. Normally this part doesn't go up again, but for whoever asked to see the team listing again, there you go. There's teams with their associated eBay user ID of the winning bidder across from. So Saturday is your anticipated shipping date. As always, if I can get something out faster than the date you see, I will happily do so. And if something unexpected were to happen, including my carrier or the replacement carrier on my carrier's days off, happens to not show up and do my pickup, well, then, yeah, there we'd be until the next day. So in this case, if something unexpected happened, it would be Monday rather than Saturday. But my hope is that it goes Saturday or sooner. That would be the goal. And, of course, every team pulled cards in here. All the cards do ship, so everybody's going to get a nice big package of cards from Gypsy Queen tonight if you were in the break. Here's how it looks in the days ahead. Tomorrow night we're going to open Encased Football. That is my last case of that, I believe. And Leaf Metal Draft Football, we're going to open a case of that. Spots are sold by the first letter of the last name since these guys have not yet been drafted. Thursday night will find us breaking the back half of this case of Gypsy Queen. And Friday night, we're going to start a brand new case of Donruss Baseball. Both Saturday and Sunday are currently scheduled as off nights. I may decide to put up some listings that would be on a 3-day run and plug into one of those days. I'm really undecided. So for now, Saturday and Sunday are off nights, but that might change. We'll see how it shakes out. So that is it for me tonight. Thank you once again, everyone, for being here. I appreciate it very much. I hope that you stay happy and healthy and safe and stay inside and come back and see me again tomorrow. Or if not then, sometime soon. Take care and we'll see you the next time. Bye now.